Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I want to ask you one question. It may seem simple, but if you answer it honestly, it could completely change the direction of your life. What have you been waiting for far too long? Maybe you've been waiting to improve your health. Maybe you've been waiting to earn more money, or you've been waiting to change careers. Maybe you've been waiting to start your own business. You've been waiting to write your first book, or you've been waiting to travel somewhere you've always dreamed of visiting. Maybe you've been waiting to buy your dream home, or you've been waiting to become financially free, or maybe there is another dream you have been carrying in your heart for years. Whatever it is, my real question is this: how long have you been waiting for something to happen that still hasn't happened? Here's what I've discovered after nearly 20 years of helping people transform their lives. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they keep waiting until they have more confidence, waiting until they have more money, waiting until they have more time, waiting until life becomes easier. And before they realize it, another year has gone by. Before we continue, if you're ready to stop waiting and begin creating the life you truly want, I invite you to visit Attractitude-US.com for more information about my Quantum Leap 12-week transformational audio program, or simply click on the first link in the description below. Now let me ask you another question. What is that one dream you've been carrying for far too long? Maybe you've wanted to change careers. Maybe you've always wanted to start your own business. Maybe you've dreamed of becoming financially independent. Maybe you've wanted to write a book, lose weight, find a meaningful relationship, move somewhere new, or finally begin living the life you've imagined for years. The dream itself isn't the problem. The problem is that many people have been carrying the same dream for 5 years, 10 years, sometimes even 20 years, without ever moving significantly closer to it. Eventually, something dangerous begins to happen. You stop believing it's possible. You stop talking about it. Sometimes you stop dreaming altogether because you no longer know how you're ever going to get there. And that's exactly where transformation becomes so important. Over the past 20 years, I've dedicated my life to studying personal transformation. Most people know me through the law of attraction because I've been recognized internationally in that field. But over the years, my work expanded far beyond manifestation alone. I became fascinated with understanding why some people experience extraordinary breakthroughs while others continue repeating the same patterns year after year. That journey led me into subconscious reprogramming, neuroscience, quantum theories, vibrational energy, human behavior, and thousands of hours coaching people from every walk of life. Eventually, I realized something. Real transformation doesn't begin when your circumstances change. It begins when you change. That's what I call a quantum leap. A quantum leap isn't about taking one small step forward. It's about making such a profound internal shift that your external reality begins changing much faster than you ever thought possible. It's like breaking through an invisible wall that's been holding you back for years. Suddenly, you begin seeing opportunities that were always there. You meet the right people. You make better decisions. You stop sabotaging yourself. You gain clarity. You gain confidence. You begin attracting experiences that match the person you've become instead of the person you've been. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is because they're trying to change their results without changing the person creating those results. They work harder. They force things, they struggle, they push, they fight, yet despite all that effort, very little changes. Have you ever noticed that? Some people work incredibly hard their entire lives and never seem to move forward. Others appear to create amazing opportunities almost effortlessly. That doesn't happen because they're luckier. It happens because they're operating from a completely different internal state. For years, we've been taught that success follows a straight line. Work harder, get better results, put in more hours. Eventually, everything will happen. Sometimes that's true, but not always. We've all seen people who work incredibly hard and still struggle financially. We've also seen people who seem to create opportunities almost effortlessly. So there has to be something more than effort alone. One of the greatest lessons I've learned over the past 2 decades is that your external world almost always reflects your internal world, what you consistently believe, what you consistently expect, what you consistently focus on. Slowly begin shaping the decisions you make every single day. Those decisions create habits. Those habits create your future. Years ago, my own life looked completely different. I was broke. I was overwhelmed. I was struggling emotionally. I had reached one of the lowest points of my life. Looking back now, I realized something that completely changed everything. My external problems weren't my biggest problem. My internal programming was. I expected the worst. I focused on fear. I anticipated failure. Without realizing it, I was constantly creating more of what I didn't want. That realization completely transformed my life. It also became the foundation for everything I've taught over the past 20 years. Since then, I've helped people transform their finances, their relationships, their confidence, their businesses, their health, and most importantly, their relationship with themselves. Because once that relationship changes, everything else begins changing too. That's exactly why I created Quantum Leap, a complete 12-week transformational audio experience designed to help you create the kind of internal breakthroughs that naturally lead to external breakthroughs. Throughout the program, we'll work on subconscious programming, limiting beliefs, emotional blocks, identity, manifestation, vibrational alignment, mental clarity, confidence, and the practical tools that allow you to stop repeating the same patterns and finally move into the next phase of your life. Because that's really what this is about. The next phase of your life, not next year, not someday, not when everything is perfect. Now, imagine where you'll be 12 months from today if nothing changes. The same worries, the same frustrations, the same excuses, the same dreams still waiting. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine becoming a completely different version of yourself, someone who thinks differently, acts differently, feels differently, and therefore creates completely different results. That's the power of transformation. That's the power of making a quantum leap. If today's message resonated with you, maybe it's because deep down you already know you've waited long enough. Maybe this is your moment. If you're ready to stop waiting and start creating the life you truly deserve, I invite you to visit Attractitude-US.com to learn more about the Quantum Leap 12-week transformational audio program, or simply click on the first link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel because every week I share practical strategies to help you transform your mindset, reprogram your subconscious, master the law of attraction, and create extraordinary results in every area of your life.